Hey, it's April with the Possible Diet, and welcome to the easiest late breakfast you'll ever make. This is a frittata. I don't know if you've ever made a frittata, but it's kind of like a crustless quiche slash omelet that you start on the stove and then finish in the oven. And I make this in my toaster oven. It's like serves two, so it's super easy. You can eat the leftovers the following day. You want to start with a couple of tablespoons of uncured pancetta. This is very similar to the chard omelet. It has like the same combination, but I actually don't put cheese in this. You can add cheese if you want, but I leave it out. So start with a couple of tablespoons of uncured pancetta, and then add a 1/4 cup of red onion when the pancetta is kind of like almost crispy. Just cook it right in the bacon fat. I cook the onions until they're a little bit soft, and then I add about a 1/3 cup of chopped rainbow chard. Once those onions are soft, go ahead and add in your chard. The nice thing about using chard is that I can put the stems in here, and then I can saute the tops later to go with my frittata. You can lighten up on the veggies if you want to, but I love just packing things in with veggies. And you can double this recipe if you're using a bigger pan. This is just as big a pan as I can fit in my toaster oven. And it's summer here in California, so it's super hot, and I'm not trying to turn my oven on. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you're not even really like cooking the chard that much here. You're just kind of making sure that it's hot and that the pancetta is crispy. You can use bacon if you don't have pancetta, but I like the flavor of pancetta. And then there's plenty of salt in here, but because of the cured pork, but I like to add a few grinds of pepper. If it's not salty enough for you, feel free to add more. And then while this is sauteing up, you're gonna get 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of half and half, beat that together. And like I said, you can add cheese if you want, a couple of tablespoons. I wouldn't go more than that. But I like the creaminess of the half and half. I find it's fine without cheese. You can also broil cheese on the top if you like. This smells so good. So once that chard is heated up, go ahead and pour your eggs on top. Give it a stir. And you just want to cook it for like maybe another 2 or 3 minutes for a small one, 4 to 5 minutes if you're using double this recipe. Just enough for it to kind of pull away from the sides of the pan. We're going to finish this in the oven, so it doesn't have to cook all the way through. Once it's like firmed up a little around the edges and it's kind of sizzling, it should still be sort of wet on top and through the middle. Then you can put it in your oven. I do 350 degrees, like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many ingredients I have, how many eggs I have. It should basically look like a quiche when it's done. See you back here in 5 minutes. Okay, after 7 minutes, our frittata is done. You can see it's not like jiggly on the top anymore. You just want to loosen it around the edges. Hopefully you're smart enough to use a nonstick pan. The pancetta fat helps, but that's kind of key. Take a plate, put it on top. And this is the tricky part. Just invert it. Woo! That was a close one. And you have your frittata. Isn't that beautiful? Little parsley, make it fancy. But yeah, it was that easy. Enjoy.